as well. Hopefully all the audio works. All right, and we're live on YouTube.
Oh man, I was expecting. Okay, let me just tell you.
We're gonna have to mute ourselves. Hang on.
All right, so I was expecting that Elon would be in front of some robots at Lathrop, announcing that they were making the Model 3 in Lathrop. But it turns out it looks like all that's happened is on the Tesla website, they have turned on the ordering. For the past couple hours, it has only said the wait is over. When you went to buy a Model 3, S, or X, you couldn't see anything other than a black screen that said, Tesla logo, the wait is over. When you go to it now and you go to the Model 3 website to buy a car, what does it say, Jesse?
It's you can actually get one for $35,000. There's also the partial premium interior.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
So this is standard range plus. It's 240 miles, 140 mile per hour top speed, 0 to 60 in 5.3.
Now, how does that compare to the standard range, standard interior?
So it's
20 more miles of range,
right, and
10 mile an hour higher top speed, and a 0.3 second faster
acceleration.
So how did they do that?
I'm guessing it's a bigger battery pack,
which gives it more energy to the motor.
Gives it more range, gives it more energy.
But now, partial premium interior, what do you get for that? You get a better seat.
Well, we can actually read it. So manual seat and steering adjustment, cloth seats and base trim, basic audio, standard maps and navigation, center console with storage and 4 USB ports. Is that more than usual? Are the 2 in the back?
I think that's, yeah.
Okay. 12-way power, adjustable heated front seats.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so this is so that was the standard. The partial premium comes with 12-way power adjustable heated front seats, premium seat and material trim, so upgraded audio, standard maps and navigation. So
same as before.
Same as before. You get LED fog lamps.
Okay.
Center console and the docking.
You get the docking.
Ooh, okay, so the interior is definitely going to look different for the standard, but for the partial premium, that's basically just a mid-range with a slightly smaller battery.
Right.
It's 20 miles less battery.
And if those heated seats are important to you, that's nice. That for $2,500 more, you can get that.
Right.
Plus, you're getting the upgraded audio. They don't call it premium audio. They call it upgraded. It's immersive sound. Whereas premium audio, you get more speakers, I believe. I think you get the subwoofer.
Yep, subwoofer, 2 amps.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Those pricings are great. It's giving you 2 different options. Yeah. Whereas before, the standard to me was like kind of disappointing, and I think you're going to be thinking about jumping up to the $37,000 because it's $2,000 more for 20 more miles.
And let's
range.
talk about what. So if this is truly going to come out, I mean, I'm assuming you can get. It says delivery within 2 weeks. So click on the cheapest one.
Yeah,
it says delivery in 2 to 4 weeks. So let's say worst case a month. You're still going to get the $3,750 federal tax credit. And you're going to get whatever your state credit is. So like in Massachusetts or in California, that would be $2,500 additional.
This is a very inexpensive car at the moment. For right now.
Can we just look at, if we go to the premium, so
you're saying the performance?
Yeah, let's go to the performance for a second. So the performance, $58,000, and that's
total.
Total. Long range, $47,000. Long range, with the premium interior
is $43,000.
Mid range is $40,000.
So it's lowered.
They lowered it across the board.
Across the board.
This is not just
holy smokes.
Yeah, this is exciting.
This is so crazy, guys. Yeah. All right, so for those of you just joining us, Tesla has made, I guess it's not even really an announcement. Nothing was announced. We should probably check Twitter. Let's check Elon's Twitter. But I mean, base Model 3, lower prices across the board for all Model 3s. We haven't seen if anything has happened yet. So I mean, Elon changed his Twitter picture to a base Model 3.
He's no longer Elon Tusk. He's
back to Elon Musk
with a base Model 3.
Yep. He hasn't tweeted anything.
Nope.
This is
all right. So let me tell you what I think this also means, guys. So first of all, this means that a lot of people can now get the Model 3. So I think there's going to be a mad rush. If you're thinking, Bobby, if you're out there, because I know Bobby's watching this, if you're thinking about getting the Model 3 and you want to get it before the July deadline, you might want to be thinking about getting on the list soon.
Right.
Because why is July 1st important?
July 1st is when the tax credit halves again.
Right. So we're at $37.50 right now for the U.S. federal tax credit.
Yep.
In July 1st, it goes to $18.75.
Right. Okay,
But listen to what I think the next big thing here is. Tomorrow, the $920 million Tesla convertible notes come due.
Mm-hmm.
And Tesla's got the cash to pay for it. Okay, they got over $3 billion in the bank in cash, so that's not a problem. But if the stock can get to, I think it's 359, I was checking it today on their SEC filing, then they can pay for the note in stock instead of cash.
Mm-hmm.
What that would mean is that you'd free up that cash, that 920 that you were going to have to pay off the note with, could then be spent on something else. What would you like to spend it on, Jesse? Well, not what you would like to spend it on, but if you're Tesla.
Probably a new factory.
New factory. Where would you like to put it?
Europe.
I mean, that's where the bottleneck is.
Dang.
So think about this, people. This is a short play that Elon has gotten. He's doing this on Thursday because that leaves only one day tomorrow for all the shorts to scramble. If this news today creates aftermarket, because don't forget the market's closed.
Yep.
If the aftermarket for the Tesla stock starts to go crazy, that will drive more of the shorts to go have to buy back the stock, which will make the price go even higher before the market opens.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of crazy churning that causes all of the automated bots and their algorithms to say, oh, time to buy.
Mm-hmm.
If tomorrow the stock goes up about, so what is it? It closed around 320.
Yeah.
So if it goes up to 359, so that has to only go up $39, which is roughly what, 11 or 12%. Then we've hit kind of a magic number.
And I just want to talk about the analysts for a minute. All the analysts have always been saying, "Oh, this Model 3, base Model 3, it's a lie. Elon's never going to be able to do it." Now, granted, he hasn't delivered one yet.
Right.
I mean, maybe right now he's like hand delivering one to someone. But the point is, in 2 to 4 weeks is when we're actually going to start seeing these things, hopefully on the road. But holy smokes.
Yeah.
This is something that we weren't expecting until the middle of the year,
right?
Around June,
right?
And so this is huge.
Do you think that they've been stockpiling some cars? So we know that they've been making cars mainly just for Europe. We know that 1600 just went to China, but is it possible that they've also been just building what they think is going to be the low base model and putting them into factory?
No, I think it would have been leaked. Obviously, if it has a different interior. Someone would have spotted it.
So basically,
astute to.
So you mean like tomorrow morning they're going to start making them?
I think so. I think it's either tomorrow morning or it's in 2 weeks or something like that. The fact that you can actually order one now, after years of waiting, is huge.
This is huge.
I mean,
because I was really expecting that he was going to say June would be the delivery date. I didn't think he would say 2 to 4 weeks.
Right.
I mean, so if you get the partial premium interior, it says estimated delivery 2 weeks.
Right.
That crazy.
Is crazy. So I mean, we can click on that, and it's everything is within 2 weeks except the standard range, the base model.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I knew it was coming as of a couple hours ago because
right.
I was like, that has to be what it is.
Right.
But I'm still a little bit floored because let's remember just a day or two ago when he announced that there was some big news coming, we're all like, what is it?
It could be anything.
Is it he's quitting?
It was very, 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 very exciting. Everyone wanted some particular thing to be it. Right. Everyone was like, it's the Model Y because I wanted to be the Model Y so badly. And some people were saying, oh, it's going to be Autopilot. Oh, it's going to be this. It's going to be that. I mean, having it be, it was just so awesome that it could have been any of those things. Yes, it turned out to be this, but if it had been something else that he was announcing, it would have been awesome anyway. And we would have been looking forward to it anyway. And I think that is the power of Tesla. It's the power of Elon to sort of have this, where it could be anything awesome. Whereas, if another car manufacturer were to say, something's coming up tomorrow, you'd be like, what is it? Another concept that you're going to show us?
Right.
This is the most affordable, most awesome electric car.
It's a game changer.
I would have to argue.
I mean, we all knew it was going to be a game changer, but now it's here. It's within our grasp.
You know, I know that there are other electric cars in this general price range, but not with supercharging, not with this, you know, like it's, man.
Do you think that he's going to be making these at Fremont? That there's, I mean, because we've been talking about Lathrop and how we think that Lathrop eventually is going to be another Model 3 line or 2 or 3 or 4. Do you think that has nothing to do with Lathrop and this is all coming out of Fremont? Or do you think he's going to, the next news we're going to hear about in a few weeks is going to be that Lathrop is where they're going to make them?
It could be that. I mean, we've had discussions where we're thinking that it's Lathrop, where, you know, we're looking at the shape and design of the building. It looks like you can stuff a ton of parts on those side bay doors, and that you can just be, you know, tacking them onto Model 3s and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it could be Lathrop. That could be how they're achieving this. But I have no idea.
Do you think we should open it? So we're right now on our Discord. So for anyone who's a Patreon of our channel, we've turned on Discord. We have a lot of people over there, and we've turned on a voice channel for it. So we've got like, I don't know, it looks like a good bunch of people over there.
About 15 or 20.
Should we take some questions and comments and stuff?
Sure.
All right. So now if I turn this up, am I going to get some feedback?
Possibly.
Possibly. We're not that advanced.
No.
All right. So Ariel, who's moderating for us today, do we have any good questions that are coming in?
Oh, some people were just commenting on some stuff, so I guess I'll let them go.
All right. Yeah. What are your thoughts out there, people? What do you think about this announcement? Anyone out there waiting for this 35,000? Hey, who is this?
Phoenix.
Say again?
Kenan and Phoenix. I'm excited that the long range rear wheel drive is back also.
Yeah, that's great.
Autopilot's $3,000,
Yes.
which is amazing.
Yes. That is amazing. I wonder.
FSD 5.
Say that last part again.
FSD is 5.
Nice.
And it's back on the option list.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
That's huge.
That is awesome. I have to go to the
I think
bathroom.
it's really great now that we can push it in people's face when they say, "Oh, the Model 3, the $35,000 car is never going to happen." You know, like that's really nice to be able to tell people.
Isn't it though?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, like my aunt ordered one, and she was about to give up, and I was like, "Just hold on, just hold on." So I get to tell her today.
I know. And we all thought that we were going to tell him to hold on for who knows how long, right? Like that he might make the announcement maybe in July, but that it would then be like September, October. It's hey, today you can go on the website.
It's very strategic too, if you think about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really well timed.
Standard interior is actually quite nice looking. The fabric is gorgeous. Not having a covered console. Less piano black to get scratched.
That's a really good point. No, I mean, so everyone can go on right now and look at the interior pictures, and you're right. It's a very attractive looking seat because it's got dual tones to it, and it looks really nice.
Did they get rid of that wood bar going across the front, the dash?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's nice. I know some people that didn't like that, so that's actually a good move.
Yeah.
They were into that style.
Kind of for the lower tier seat upholstery for the lows. I'm going to be looking into trying to swap mine out with someone.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to change the used market, right? Because there's going to be people who are going to actually probably be downgrading a little bit.
And keeping the glass proof is a great feature.
Isn't it? I mean, because you're still getting that awesome feel to the inside of the car.
Right.
Yeah. I know that's what's so beautiful about this minimalistic look of the car is that it really doesn't change much when you go down one step on the interior. Now, how many people out there were waiting for this moment? Like, how many of you out there are going to be like running to the website tonight to sign up?
I can't.
I wish I.
I picture there's 100,000 people that are.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it will start conversations of people going,
No, that's a really good point because a lot of people, I think, it was so far out of their range that they weren't even looking at the numbers at all. But now that it's down in a range that people were like, I can probably afford that, they'll start
going through the numbers.
It's starting to become a conversation where it's not impossible for a family to afford that kind of car, and they're like, you know what, you could think about it, instead of being, oh, that's outrageous. There's no way, right?
Right. And I mean, let's talk about the $35,000 for a second. So that's the actual price what you're going to pay in cash for the car. But we're not talking about the incentives, the tax incentives in federal, state, and then the gas savings. I mean, we all know that Tesla loves to put this on their website all the time, how much money you're going to save in gas. But it's really true. You're going to save a lot of money in gas.
You can do the Model S now. You can look at it.
All right, let's go check that out.
You can get there pretty high.
Say that again?
Part of it.
Yeah, so the standard range is, let's see, $79,000. So nothing really seems to have changed there. Long range at 83, performance at 99. Yeah, so I don't think this. It was funny that
any interior stuff, any interior changes for the Model S.
let me see.
Just
I
the
don't.
Model 3.
Let me see.
I know that Derek from the Derek noticed that the center console is actually different.
On the Model 3 interior.
Wait, so the Model S is now 75,000?
The Model 3.
Oh, on the Model 3. Yeah, let's go back to that. Yeah, because I don't think anything's really changed here on the Model S.
Okay. I have one thing to say about the stock price. Even if they hit the $360 tomorrow, they still can't pay with the share
Right.
because
It ended
the average
today.
needs to be.
Because of what?
The average of the last 20 days needs to be above the three.
Oh, okay, that could be. I thought that it was just the closing price had to be at that on March 1st. But you might be right. It might be the average.
I thought the
Yeah, I
window
also don't know that first. The investment group I'm in found.
Yeah, because I was looking at the Tesla SEC filing today, and I didn't read that, but yeah, we should look at that.
How do you think
Also,
international delivery?
Yeah, that's the big question: is whether this is just a U.S. thing or whether this is affecting international deliveries. I believe this. Is anyone checking this out who's in Europe right now or in Asia?
I will check it out.
That'd be great. I'd love to see if the prices are the same there too.
Also, the center console under the center screen has changed in the base model. I
Right.
put like 2 comparison pics or pictures in the general chat.
Oh, great! Thank you.
And Zach,
Yep.
so I know this is a little bit off topic, but do you think the SEC has any leg to stand on with their most recent, contempt court?
I don't think so. If you look at, so first of all, he tweeted out his first tweet. I wish I had it in front of me. I don't. And if he hadn't tweeted out his second tweet, I actually think he would have had an airtight case. I think his second tweet is what they're basing it off of, that he made a mistake. I don't think that when he said meant that he actually made a mistake. I think he was just clarifying something. The fact that everything he was saying on the tweet was already said before on an earnings call or in the letter, to me, makes it a pretty no-brainer that the judge is not going to rule in the SEC's favor here. It seemed like quite a reach. Besides the fact that the market was closed and he corrected this before the market opened, so it's not like they can claim that it moved the stock price at all. And it was no new information. It was information that everyone already had. So the only leg they're going to have to stand on is whether or not he tweeted it without getting, approval from one of the lawyers. But you could argue that what he was tweeting wasn't instrumental to moving the stock and wasn't instrumental to the company. It was just a fact that was already made known. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what we're trying to find out now, Jesse,
Right.
is whether or not the stock price tomorrow has to be at that price, or whether that had to be a 20-day average. And I'm just not seeing that yet. But I'm trying to find my SEC report. But we do have some people in Europe who are trying to find out whether or not the price is the same in Europe or not.
Just mindful finding.
General chat. look at the general chip. I can't see the prices at the moment. It's saying the wait is almost over, and that's it.
Okay, so
Can I
you're
jump in?
you're in the Netherlands, and you're saying that you can't order the Model 3 at this moment. Okay, interesting.
Yes.
Oh, and let's see. So coming later this year for full self-driving.
It'll be able to recognize
Can
and
I jump
respond to
in?
traffic lights and stop signs and automatic driving on city streets. Yeah, this is exciting. 'Cause,
Yeah,
I
go
mean,
ahead, jump in.
It's not good.
Where are you seeing that?
We're on
On
the
the full self-driving option on the website, I screen grabbed it.
Yep.
Tab 4 for autopilot.
Yep.
Now, I just want to take a look here. Full self-driving capability. It looks like they moved some things that were in the regular enhanced autopilot over to full self-driving.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you covered this already.
Nope.
Summon and Autopark both used to be under advanced autopilot. Now they're under the full self-driving, which I think is how they get away with having a lower autopilot cost.
Nice. Yeah.
So,
Also net and on
Can I jump
autopilot. On regular autopilot.
yeah, go ahead, jump in.
Hi, this is Raf from Canada. For us, we really were waiting for the base model. However, we did want heated seats, and I like the touch that when you select the heated seats, you get a few more miles to add to help with the cold climate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that'll be a good option.
Having
for-
the partial premium is kind of a perfect little option there.
yeah.
I wonder if that's
Yeah,
going
we
to
have a dog, so we were waiting for cloud seats.
nice. I wonder if that's going to include heated rear seats or if that's just the front seats. Because remember when we
I
got,
think it's just the front.
you think it's just the front? It could be. I mean, when we got our car, we didn't know that the rear seats were going to be heated, and then one day they turned it on. So
Right. The interesting thing here with the autopilot is that they basically brought down the price of just the basic function of what you really want for autopilot, which is the acceleration and braking and steering while you're driving. They brought that down to $3,000 and then the $4,000 after delivery. So I'm wondering if my car,
yeah,
if I can go out to my car right now and order just the autopilot function for $4,000.
Right.
instead of what was it going to be? 7?
Yes.
7.
Yeah.
And it's 7 here if you get the full self-driving capability.
Right.
So I mean, this sort of
Yeah, so the partial premium seems to, it's only the front seat.
which I mean is pretty fair.
Yeah.
I
I
think.
just posted it in the journal.
All right, let's take a look.
I'm assuming that U.S. orders are going to go through the roof, and I'm wondering if Europe's going to be affected by that.
That's my big concern, especially since Jesse and I are planning on being in Europe next month in a Model 3, which hasn't arrived yet. So I am wondering if this is going to affect deliveries there or not. Yeah, I mean,
A lot of people are still asking in the YouTube thing, like, what this is about.
Oh, so people are probably, if you're tuning in a little bit late, you
Yes.
might be like, what is the big announcement?
The $35,000 Model 3 is here, at least in the United States. But that's where we were expecting it first anyway.
And that means $35,000 without incentives. That's the price you pay to Tesla.
Right, which is huge, which means that with some incentives, you could be talking a pretty darn low price for your car.
Yeah, so I mean, go over to Tesla.com and take a look at what you get. I mean, there's pictures of the interior. It's a slightly different interior because they've downgraded the seats to a different material. It's no longer the vegan leather, but it's really good looking actually. If you check out the seats and stuff, it looks very interesting. And we actually heard, I think, from one of our listeners who's like, they might downgrade their premium, sell it and get one of the lower priced Model 3s.
I'm just looking here to see if there's any differences with the
Yeah, we did that.
Model S and okay, great.
We didn't. I mean, we haven't really spotted anything.
Yeah, I don't think Elon announced yet.
Sounds like someone's in their car. Don't watch this in your car. I'm glad that you're joining us. But yeah, I mean, this is exciting.
Well, and so there's a question if this is going to be a loss leader. I actually don't think it is. I think that most car companies make, a margin of like 5 to 7% on their cars, and that's considered acceptable. For Tesla to be making such a great margin in the 20s Yes, are they going to have to lower that margin to get this out? Probably. But is it going to be a loss? No, I highly, highly doubt that. I think they're just cutting down their margin. And I think that margin is going to increase and get better as the volume goes up, especially if they build out in Lathrop or some similar facility where they actually learn from the tent and they can build the car way better than their first iteration.
Right. So,
Because remember, I mean, when they first did it, way more robots, too many robots, at least in the beginning, and they had to kind of revamp the line. So I think they're going to be just fine. I don't think there's going to be any losses here.
So one point that
I'm sorry, a question about the roof. You're going to get the glass roof
on the Standard.
on the Standard. I
Wow.
mean, that's what, if you go to the interior pictures, that's what we see.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I'm
I
judging.
didn't notice that.
So, I mean, let's go to the
I
interior
wanted to
pictures
jump back
here.
in about my comment about downgrading earlier. I meant that I would be interested in looking into downgrading the seats of my car specifically.
Ah,
not
I
the
see.
entire car.
Gotcha.
so I mean, this is
Yeah, so we just are reading here, all interiors include tinted glass roof with the ultraviolet and infrared protection. So yeah, even the lowest level is getting the glass roof, which is awesome.
this is great.
Will I guesstimate on the Tesla share price? Well, I have believed for the longest time, first of all, I own the stock, I'm long on the stock, so you guys all know that, but I believe for the longest time that it's been pushed down, especially since T. Rowe Price basically T. Rowe Price was one of the largest holders of Tesla stock, and they basically decided to cut their holdings in half. So I think that has helped over the past few months to keep the price down. I've got to believe with this announcement that tomorrow it's going to go way up. I don't know what it's going to go to, but
And for some people asking in the chat for like how long for delivery, for the United States at least, it's saying estimated delivery 2 to 4 weeks for the standard range and 2 weeks for the standard range.
right, everything but the standard range is 2 weeks estimated delivery, and it looks like a slightly longer 2 to 4 weeks for the lowest car.
Okay, I have one question.
Yeah.
The current price in the US for the Model S, because the price of the new Model S was 85K.
So the Model S price as of today, lowest is 79, I believe.
That is 7K for 6K cheaper than the refresh prices. I put a link in your.
You put a link in under general?
Yeah, for the new prices were after the refresh fee.
I guess I'm not quite clear on the.
NumPy just put in general a Tesla blog post that just came out.
All right, let's read that.
All right, so we're incredibly excited to announce that the standard Model 3 with 220 miles of range, a top speed of 130, and 0 to 60 acceleration in 5.6 seconds is now available at $35,000. Although lower in cost, it is built to achieve the same perfect 5-star safety rating as the longer range version, which has the lowest probability of injury of any car ever tested by the U.S. government. In addition, we are introducing the Model 3 Standard Range Plus, which offers 240 miles of range, top speed of 140 miles an hour, 0 to 60 acceleration of just 5.3 seconds, and most premium interior features at $37,000 before incentives. For 6% more money, you get 9% more range, more power, and an upgraded interior. To achieve these prices while remaining financially sustainable, Tesla is shifting sales worldwide to online only. You can now buy a Tesla in North America via your phone in about 1 minute, and that capability will soon be extended worldwide. We are also making it much easier to try out and return a Tesla so that a test drive prior to purchase isn't needed. You can now return a car within 7 days or 1,000 miles for a full refund. Quite literally, you could buy a Tesla, drive several hundred miles for a weekend road trip with friends, and then return it for free. With the highest consumer satisfaction score of any car on the road, we are confident you will want to keep your Model 3. Shifting all sales online, combined with other ongoing cost efficiencies, will enable us to lower all vehicle prices by about 6% on average, allowing us to achieve the $35,000 Model 3 price point earlier than we expected. Over the next few months, we will be winding down many of our stores, with a small number of stores in high traffic locations remaining as galleries, showcases, and Tesla information centers. wow, big news here.
Yeah.
The important thing for customers in the United States to understand is that with online sales, anyone in any state can quickly and easily buy a Tesla. Wow. So let's just stop there for a second.
Yeah.
That's big news. They're closing actual physical showrooms in many locations. That's a shocker.
Let's skip down to this paragraph here.
We are also excited to announce that we're implementing a number of firmware upgrades for both new and existing customers. These upgrades will increase the range of the long-range rear-wheel drive Model 3 to 325 miles, increase the top speed of the Model 3 performance to 162 miles an hour, and add an average of approximately 5% peak power to all Model 3 vehicles.
This is so brilliant. So it used to be 310 miles for the long range. Now we're at 325.
That's about a 5% increase.
That's amazing for basically free. So that's to keep everyone kind of happy. 5% increase in peak power. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to notice that. But wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, some big things here. I mean, closing the showrooms. What do you think about that?
I think it's a smart move.
I do too. And I'll tell you why, because Jesse and I have gone to a lot of showrooms. We've gone to a lot of different ones across the country and Europe. And to be honest, we've never been that impressed. And I don't mean to take away from Tesla or anything, but I think it's largely because the people inside those Tesla showrooms, by and large, haven't really, I don't know. I don't know if they drive the cars. I don't know if they have the solar. So they don't really talk about it in a way that excites me when I talk to them. They don't seem to know much when I ask them questions.
And it's I'm speaking very generally here. I mean, there are some very distinct examples that go contrast to this that I can think of. But for the most part, it's usually just someone's summer job or something like that. And so, yeah, they're not really salespeople. They're not ready to sell a car to you.
I think
I've never come away coming that impressed.
If they can focus more on service, and let's remember the number one way this car is going to get sold is by everyone out there now who either loves Tesla because they love Tesla or because your friend has one and you've driven in it, or you've gone to an EV show and you've seen one. Like it's not going to the showroom that really gets you normally. I think it's the experience of others. It's the word of mouth.
And wow.
Yeah, that's amazing. All right, let's go back to our Discord and see what people are asking and saying.
So when I went to my local Scottsdale showroom or store or gallery before I bought my car, I knew more about the car. I was telling the person in there, I forget what the type. Was.
One of their associates or I
about the car than they knew.
Yeah, we're hearing that basically. Thank you for that. Yeah, when people go to the showrooms, especially if you watch these channels, you know more about it than they do.
Right.
We've heard it time and time again. And basic questions too. We're not talking like getting into the weeds kind of questions, just basic questions. Yeah. Good, really good point.
You're just going to be saving a lot of money. I see it as that they can just put it towards other things, right?
Yeah, I think especially service. With the paragraph that we skipped here. At the same time, we will be increasing our investment in the Tesla service system with the goal of same day, if not same hour service, and with most service done by us coming to you rather than you coming to us. Moreover, we guarantee service availability anywhere in any countries in which we operate. So I think that what they're going to basically be doing is shifting all of their investment from sales and locations over to service. And I think that's really smart, especially having a Ranger service. I think that you need fewer locations to operate out of. You can just have a bigger location that has all the parts that you need with all the all of the cars that can go out to service people's vehicles. Because Teslas are kind of unique in the fact that there's very little that you need to do underneath the car. The car, normally, if you want to do anything with your car, you have to kind of put it up on the jack and get it way up high so you can walk underneath and be like, oh, there's your problem. But, in this case, it's either going to be, wheels. It's going to be, calipers. It's going to be probably something within the car.
Yeah. Wow.
The website says that parking lot summon is available now.
Ooh, thank you. Let's look into that.
Yes. so much exciting stuff.
Where is that? Where'd you find that?
Christmas.
I know, isn't it?
Order.
On the order page?
Let's see. We'll go to under Autopilot, you're saying?
Oh, yeah. Summon your parked car will come find you anywhere in the parking lot. Really?
Okay. So this means
oh my God. That
we have to go. Well, I guess we don't have the update for that yet, but it'll be coming.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
I
for.
would not try that without the update.
Yeah. Well, I think it'll
that'd make a good video though, wouldn't it?
It would either summon it forward or backward. So that's exciting. Yeah. I mean,
can I just talk about this for a second though? So with this feature, can you imagine what it's going to do to people's minds when you come out of a movie theater or out of a mall
and the car
pulls up and people are like, what just happened?
That's Tesla advertising right there. You don't have to pay for commercials.
You won't even have to tell your car to come over. You'll just know you're coming.
Right.
You know, but I mean,
it'll read your biometrics and that's
so cool.
People are asking, what is the announcement? Do you have a link for the announcement? Go over to Tesla.com and go to their blog. Can we put the link to that in the live stream somehow?
Yes, we can.
We've got the ability.
Through the magic. Here we go.
Yeah, so we're going to put the link to the announcement here. And so you're seeing it right there. So click on that. That'll bring you over to what we're talking about. And yeah, all the information is right on the website. I kind of thought this was going to be an announcement where Elon was going to be in front of something, but not needed. Just change the website. And this explains why we saw the cars coming off the website a couple days ago. They were basically retooling it.
Mm-hmm.
So exciting.
Yeah, this is it's better honestly than I thought it could be.
Oh yeah, it could. I mean, because don't forget, a few days ago we were talking about the SEC and is Elon in trouble?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, not that this absolves him of any sort of potential.
Well, I actually I mean, the fact that if he can make the 500,000 cars, then there's nothing that the SEC can do.
I would disagree with you there. Maybe. I mean, I personally, I'm to play devil's advocate. I'm not sure because if he didn't get pre-approval from the lawyer, the SEC.
No, because that was information that was already given out on the earnings.
I
call.
agree.
So
I agree. I'm playing devil's advocate here.
I mean, during the Oppenheimer question, he said we're going to make 350 to 500,000 cars.
Yes. Again, I'm playing the real devil advocate. This is awesome.
Yeah, let's just. What do you guys think the stock price is going to go to?
Yeah,
just for the fun of it, you know.
We'll turn up our.
No, it's been up.
It's up.
Yep.
Wow, you guys are so polite.
Yeah. What do you guys think the stock price is going to be tomorrow? Discord, give us some numbers. 340.
I hope so.
Yep.
370. Well, no, not that high. Come on. 350, 360.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep
I
checking.
feel like it might take some time just for people to see all the articles and all that, like publicity. You know what I'm saying?
Except, let's not forget about the shorts. So right now, if you're a short, you were tuned into this and you're going, oh crap, and you are hoping that it's not going to do anything. But as soon as if it does start to churn, they're all going to start to have to buy. So, and don't forget, about 20% of Tesla stock is shorted. So this could be exactly what Elon wanted.
So, I mean, I'm just looking at the aftermarket numbers here, and it's down to 310. It's done this really weird dip.
Oh, interesting.
I don't think much of it.
I actually think it could take a big dip because we don't know what the profit margins are yet, and people are going to speculate, and who knows what will happen.
No, that's a good point.
You could argue profitability, but I mean, honestly,
don't forget that Elon in every earnings call has said that every quarter, every week, they're able to get less people on the line and get more profit margin. Right? Like they're getting better and better at this. So there's not much that they have to do to get a good profit already on this car, let alone just a normal profit of a car. Like there's no way they're not going to make money on this car. The question is whether they're going to make a decent profit.
And I mean, we have to keep in mind that they are going to be closing stores, it sounds like.
Yeah.
And lots of locations. I think that's going to save them a bit of money.
It is. I mean, because you got rent and those are high rent places.
It's true.
And then you've got all those employees, which if they're not really selling cars, then what's the point? Like put them towards service.
Right. And I mean, I'm not trying to drag on the Tesla salespeople that work at galleries and stuff like that.
No, many of them are great.
Right. And it's not even that like they do a bad job. it's just that most people are going to be convinced to buy one of these cars online.
Right.
It's going to be what I mean. We've gotten tons and tons and tons of emails of people who say, "I bought my car because of you guys, and I'm so glad that I did. It's great."
Mm-hmm.
That's not saying anything bad about Tesla sales reps or anything like that.
Now, I just been seeing that some people, like in Denmark, are saying that the price has come down. So anyone on our Discord can back that up. Is there anyone in Europe who's seeing the price change on the Tesla website?
Checking it again.
Okay.
I mean, the price came down for North America. Makes sense.
Because I mean, it seems like it's like Germany is still saying not possible.
I wonder with the reallocation of staffing, how the delivery experience is going to improve for new owners over the.
Will more of the cars be delivered to your door or to your office?
I think that's probably what they're going to have to do. I mean,
if there's no place to go, right?
I mean, unless you're going to the Gigafactory, but that's not
right.
convenient for everybody.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm just going to conjecture here that they're going to either have you come to a parking lot, which don't forget, many people actually, like in the Boston area, actually went to a parking lot to pick up their car because there just wasn't enough space at the store. So no change in Sweden, not possible in Denmark yet. Okay, so yeah, so
I still can't see it in the Netherlands.
Okay, so nothing in the Netherlands. Okay.
So I mean, and that's to be expected. Unfortunately, we get it first because I guess they make the cars here first. You know, there's a lot of demand in the United States for this car, and you know, to get the tax incentive, even though it's half of the original tax incentive, is still pretty huge, though.
Yeah. No, it is. And keep in mind that many people.
Plus, for profitability, dealing with a market that doesn't involve oceanic shipping is quite important.
Absolutely.
Right. I want to going back to the tax credit. Many people couldn't get the full $7,500 tax credit anyway. For many people in America who are earning about the right salary to buy this car, you'd be getting about a $4,000. You'd be paying $4,000 in taxes. So a $7,500 tax credit wasn't going to benefit you.
Right.
So getting a $3,750 tax credit is kind of perfect.
Yeah, I think it's pretty efficient what Tesla has done. I think that it doesn't work perfectly for everyone in all cases, but it's pretty darn good. You have the richest people who can afford the most expensive cars first get a large tax incentive. They have the most tax liability. I know it's not a popular thing to talk about, but it is true. They do get a huge benefit from having a large tax incentive. And then, yeah, people who don't necessarily have a $7,500 tax liability, it means that it is sort of proportional. It's not necessarily fair. I would still be pushing. I am still pushing for a full $7,500 tax incentive. Still,
right.
Unfortunately, I'm not a congressperson or whatever.
Right.
Not that it would have made much of a difference. But this is
the stock price is very funny to me. I'm just watching it take this little weird aftermarkets fall. And you got to keep in mind that manipulation is easy to do aftermarket. You put in some big orders to sell, and you can move it quite easily after market hours. So that could be what it's.
These look like shorts. These are
shorts.
Huge,
making
drops.
some huge phone calls.
Yeah.
It's now down to 309.
Yeah.
This, I mean,
get ready to pick up some shares tomorrow, people. If it goes around, I mean, this is a great price.
Once the market's open, it's going to be wild. My only guess is that this is the mad scramble of the oil companies to finally be like, we need to allocate money to shorting the stock. Because I mean, they do have the power to short the stock, bring the stock price down. I think a lot of people forget that.
Yeah, it doesn't take. I mean, it only takes a few $1 million to move the stock temporarily in any direction.
And let me just show you. Let's see if this will focus. Yeah, you can see those drops right there. Those are practically linear drops.
Yeah.
That's not. It wasn't that. Thousands of people all at the same time at the exact same moment said, aha, let us all sell our stocks right now.
Right.
No. Not in the face of this news. That's short manipulation.
Yeah.
We're already seeing it live. Being here and seeing this right now is is really crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, those are all losses. Let's
Yep.
talk about that. You
Yep.
know, when the market's open tomorrow with this news, I don't see how. I mean, I'm not gonna push the fudsters into seeing, you know, how crazy their stories can get.
A market can do, a stock can do anything over the course of a day or two, but when you give stock time, it's going to correct. So, I mean, the fact is, the only thing they had left, the thing they were hanging their hats on, was SEC, and they can't make a car cheap enough.
Right.
That's all they had left.
Right.
And now we have 3 giant markets, the US, Europe, and China, that all want this car and are just going to be lined up at the docks or wherever it's coming from to get it.
Worst case scenario is that no one's ordering this car right now. That is the absolute worst case scenario, because they can offer a $35,000 car, but if no one wants to buy it, that would be bad.
Yeah.
I think that, however, you know, I'm just trying to ballpark it in my mind. If I were to buy Model 3 today, right now, I would be getting the half tax incentive. So that's already the $3,750 plus my state tax incentive, which
$2,500 in the state.
So that would be
$6,250.
So I mean, it would be
$6,200. Yeah,
it would be less than 30 grand.
Yeah, less than 30 grand.
So,
and that's not counting the gas savings that you'll get. So that's amazing.
It's pretty huge. And I mean,
for those people out there who are thinking about getting the car, we both drive a Model 3. You have the medium range.
Yep.
I have the long range rear wheel drive. Neither of us have the all wheel drive.
Right. I know people who do.
Right.
And they love it.
And I mean, what would you say to people who are now looking at the fact that the price just drops this much?
I'm looking at that partial premium, and I mean, I'm not upset. I'm glad that I've had my car for these few months. I'm glad that I have a 260-mile range. I'm happy with that. Sure, I wish I bought now. I would have saved myself $5,000 or so. But honestly,
you're not mad?
No. I mean, I've had the car for longer. I've got to actually, you know, get out of my leaf. It's kind of a life-changing experience, you know, of just being like, oh, I can keep driving. You know, it's like, wow, that's really nice.
No, because you've already done a long. You went down to Maryland. Where'd you go to?
Yeah,
you did a
DC.
long trip. Yeah,
I already went to DC in my car. So I mean, I mean, but I mean, today, if today you were like, man, I just, you know, if you had a price, if you had your budget and you were like, it's 40 grand. I mean, not including tax incentives. It's still, I mean, with tax incentives, actually, though, I'm still getting about the same price because I got the full tax incentive, which brought me down to roughly $35,000.
You got the $7,500 tax incentive?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Right. That's why you bought it right before the deadline. Okay. Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
It was, so I'm actually going to be just about the same.
Now, I wish we had Bobby here, because Bobby today, when I told him that I thought this was going to be the announcement, was just like, what? And he was so excited because he's one of those of the thousands of people who was waiting for that. He couldn't quite make the numbers work where they were, but now he probably can. Right. So that's super exciting.
Woo. Awesome.
We did halt trading for a few minutes right before 2:00.
Do you think people will use this?
Wait. So just go back to the halt trading. I mean, the market was closed
at 2.
At
2 in California.
Right.
Here in the East Coast, it was 5 o'clock.
And the market was closed at 4. So yeah. So so aftermarket. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you mean they halted aftermarket?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So there must be some
aftermarket for 45 minutes.
Okay, that tells you that some funky orders were coming through.
Yes.
Some funky orders. Yeah.
Not necessarily. If a company makes an announcement, they also get stuck.
True, but did they close it right at 5 o'clock?
Right at 5 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
EST, the market's closed, or the aftermarket's closed for 45 minutes, and came back open at 5:45.
And that's when we got that drop. Okay, well that would explain that little glitchy drop there. Still interesting.
I mean, there's no.
We'll the real news will be tomorrow.
Yeah, and in the coming weeks. I mean, you know, stay tuned for Tesla Time News. Not that I think we're gonna have too much more information than we have today, but you know, we might start seeing some numbers in terms of how many people have received their cars, ordered. There we go. That's the word I was looking for.
I'd love to see some order numbers. I don't know if Tesla's going to announce any order numbers, but that would be interesting.
Get ready for some negative articles about Tesla, shutting their stores down. Like a lot of haters, saying that they're destroying jobs and they're going under.
Which again is always an opportunity to pick up some stock cheap because we all know what's going on and they don't.
Exactly.
So when the grandmothers are reporting, "Oh my God, the stores are closing," that means pick up more shares.
Don't be unfair to grandmothers.
Grandfathers do it too.
Yeah, and so do grandsons. I'm saying.
Reminder for 5 minutes before market open.
Right.
Profit tomorrow.
But I mean, increasing the range. So the mid range got an increase to 264.
Yeah.
So that's got a whole 4 miles.
It's already done.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, the other day I charged up to almost full and I had 261. So that does make sense.
Nice.
But I mean, yeah, standard range plus that thing looks perfect. Because that
was the standard range more than expected.
Was that?
Say again.
He said was the standard range
more than expected.
Was it more than expected? The range?
Yes, the range.
220 was, I think, it was what we thought it was going to be for the standard. The standard plus is at 240 is an amazing price.
Yeah.
The 220 is always the promised amount of the cable.
Yep. So anyway, all across the board, this looks fantastic. If now is a great time to buy a Model 3. Absolutely. So I think we're going to sign off.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody.
Yes.
It was a lot of fun to do Discord.
One more thing to add, maybe,
All right.
if I can. The gross margin on the Model 3 is going to be on average 25%, and the lowest is going to be 20%, according to the earnings call last time.
Right. I mean, so again, that's phenomenal. If you look at any other car company, they would only dream of having a margin like that on their cars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's bonkers.
It is. All right. Well, thank you guys. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We didn't think we'd be live streaming just about half an hour before this. So
yeah. And how exciting is it? And we'll see you for Tesla Time news and in depth. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some order numbers. I'm looking forward to see how the stock does once the market's open again tomorrow. But yeah, we'll catch you then. Thank you so much for joining us. Hit that like button. I don't know why I say it. I just try it. It's honestly because I can look at the number right now and I just
you can see it go up.
I can see it go up. Like it just went up by like 20. And that was
it's very gratifying.
Very immediate gratification. Yeah, that's awesome. Look at that.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, guys. See you later.